Good morning guys, and welcome back once again to Chris Aquariums. As you can see from the title of the video, we're gonna go pick up some Green Star Polyps for the saltwater aquarium. So let's get started. First things first, what are Green Star Polyps? Green Star Polyps are a type of soft coral that lives in salt water. They are very much a beginner coral. They will grow on your rocks, your substrates, even your glass. They're known as being very prolific in the tank in the way that they grow. They grow through obviously nutrition, and the way that they eat is that they have photosynthetic algae living within their cells. So the light that you have on your tank feeds the photosynthetic algae. They produce sugars and glucose, which in turn feeds the coral. They will also eat small invertebrates, and of course some very small fish or creatures that swim past it. And lastly, they tend to take some nutrients from the water as well. So they eat primarily from photosynthesis, eating off the photosynthetic algae. They will eat small carnivorous, they are carnivorous towards small creatures, and lastly they can take some nutrients from the water. So very much beginner coral, but a very beautiful coral, and they look great in the tank, especially under blue light. So on the way there, we're going to go pick it up. Another thing that we're going to show you is an update on the 100-liter tropical tank and the pond outside. Why don't we have a look at the 100-liter tropical angelfish aquarium. Now what you might not be able to notice is that I got a new light for this. It's a stronger light, a more powerful light. Essentially it should be better for plant growth. As you can see, the jungle val is just going crazy in this tank. Every day it seems there's new shoots coming out. Again, this started as one piece of jungle val, and now we have, I can't even count. I also think that the new light really brings out the reds. Take a look at that angelfish, the colors are great. And then obviously with the neon tetras, the reds come out a bit more as well. You can see the cory cats in the back and our nearite snail here in the front. Overall, tank is looking great, growing in, and I do want to get some more ditherfish, just get a bit more action going. These two are about to lay eggs, I can tell. But that's the 100-liter tropical aquarium, just a bit of an update. Then we have the pond outside. Take a look at this quick. Look at the size of this guy. Just massive. Can't believe this was like a grape when I first got him. Other one is also looking pretty big. Jeez. Crazy. Our other guy is also grown, but more than that is he's colored up a lot. I've seen a lot of color coming out of him. He's a very vibrant fish, swimming all around the tank. So I've got some maintenance to do on the weekend, but pond is still looking good. But for now, like we said, let's get into the Green Star Polyps and the acclimation process and introducing it into the tank. Okay guys, we're back home and we've got the Green Star Polyps with us here. This is them, but let me give you a closer look. Now, obviously, they're not going to be out at the moment. They've been carried in a container, so they're not going to be very happy. But hopefully, once we acclimate them, put them in, eventually they'll start showing themselves. That's a bit of a better shot. You can see the Green Star Polyps and the frag plug that it's on. Let's get started with acclimation. First, I'm going to take some of this water out just to make space. Then we're going to take some water from our tank and we're going to slowly add it to the frags container. Okay, the acclimation is finished, so I'm going to try and get this guy into the tank. I'm going to leave the frag plug on and just put him at the bottom because he's been in the container for about 6 hours, and I know that's probably fine because of shipping. You know, people ship at that length all the time, but it's not something I'm used to. So I just kind of want to get him into the tank and get him into some fresh water and some fresh flow and some light. So let's get him in. there he is in the tank, and like I said, he's obviously quite stressed being moved and transported and putting in containers, so it might take a while for him to actually start coming out of, or actually showing himself and having the polyps extending. So in the tank, acclimated well, we'll see how it goes. And you see that copepod there? You can see him a little bit. Those are very beneficial to have in the tank actually, because that's one of the things that the corals can feed on. Alright, that's it. Let's leave him in here. We'll check back in a couple of days, see how it's doing. So last night, which was the first night that I was in the aquarium, I saw a little bit of polyp extension that was like this. And now today, which is the next day, we can see a little bit more polyp extension, which I'll show you now. But we're still not at full capacity. What it does mean is that it's doing okay in the tank, and over some time it'll become a bit more acclimatized, show off its colors, and grow and multiply in the system. And that's it for today's episode, guys. Introducing Green Star Polyps to the saltwater tank. We now have a fully cycled aquarium, 2 clownfish, red bubble tip anemone, and some Green Star Polyps. So if you guys like this kind of things, saltwater, freshwater, ponds, aquariums, reefing, then be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because this is just the beginning. We've got plenty more to come, and I really hope that you can join along on the journey. So that's it from me, and I hope to see you again next time on Chris Aquariums.